Hello and welcome to another update video about Solana. We only want to take a look at the shorter time frame here today. Yesterday I covered the larger time frame. We even took a look at the overall pattern, and we took a look at the triangle pattern that we're tracking. Just want to take a look at the move up because not too much happened since yesterday. In fact, actually that move up that we were still watching for happened. One more high I highlighted yesterday, and the wave count is full. The wave count is now full, so I'm going to zoom in. Important to understand that the next move down is likely going to be the E wave of a triangle, so it might be an opportunity to position oneself for the next rally to the upside, which would be a wave 5. That wave 4, however, could take a little while, could take 1 or 2 weeks. I mean, that E wave, there is not really a minimum target for an E wave. There is no minimum maximum, really. Well, there is a maximum. If this is an E wave down, which would be the last wave of the E wave triangle, then we should not see the price break below $121.30, which is the 5th of July low. That's the limit. That's the invalidation point. But yeah, it will be most likely in the region, you know, somewhere in these standard Fibonacci regions between the 38.2 and the 78.6 Fib level. So we're likely talking about $131 to $152, but we will be able to specify that further once we have a top in place. There is, spoiler alert, not yet any indication that the market has topped, okay, in this local rally here. We have been looking for the price to rally into this target region between $161.20 and $174.26. We are now there. Okay, this target box has been on the chart for a while. And while the 61.8 extension level has been broken, so $161.23, we've now reached the next level. And then we always need to look at the chart and recalibrate and take a look at, okay, do we have a full wave pattern? Yes. Does that mean the top is in? No. Does it mean the risk is higher that the top is in? Yeah, it's increasing because the wave pattern is full, but we also have to consider the wider sector tendencies. And for most coins, I'm still watching for higher prices, also Bitcoin in the short term, even though it's not absolutely needed. And then in addition to that, just because a wave count is full, there is no, I mean, the trend is still up. You know, there's no evidence the top is in. I would never try to guess where a top is. We can identify the key pivots where we can watch for a top, but we can't say the top has to be in now. That's just ridiculous. The trend is still up, okay? And the trend can extend. So all I can share with you is the wave count is full. Watch for a reversal. Doesn't mean a top has to be in, but it means that if we get now a break below support levels, it would be an early indication a top is in. For example, it is possible that here a head and shoulders pattern is forming. It's just a possibility, it's a potential. So it's a left shoulder, a head, and then if we now test that level again at $167.50, maybe even form a lower high, well, that would be a pretty clear head and shoulders pattern, but it will be invalidated if the price pushes above the weekend high, which formed at $175.50. Next resistance is at $177.20. And then I don't have any resistance above it until we get to $190, which is the upper range boundary, which is not too high for a D wave. But the overall assumption on this chart will need to change if the price breaks and sustains above 190. If it gets to 191 and comes down, that's fine also for a D wave. But we shouldn't really noticeably go higher than the B wave in the D wave. Hope that makes sense. So I'm still watching for potentially higher prices, even though the wave count would be is full. It would simply be an extension. It would simply be an extension in the C wave, in this D wave of the triangle. And if we look at the micro patterns, we have already a 1-2 setup defined down here. Then we had the wave 3. The wave 4 was likely a triangle. And the wave 5, as you can see, is a 5-wave move. There is a bit of ambiguity down here. There are different ways of how this can be counted on the micro level. And therefore, yeah, surely, I mean, further extensions are possible. It's just not a great long trade setup from here after the price has already rallied, right? Already weeks ago, we talked about this as a range. And that, you know, one approach would be to split it in half, buy in the lower half, sell in the upper half, okay? That's, you know, that's how you normally trade ranges. There are other ways how to trade a range, but essentially it's moved from the low of the range to the top of the range. And now we just need to watch. I mean, a range breakout is possible. Anything is possible. And that would be a signal, right? If we break above 190, then something different is playing out most likely. And we can talk about that alternative. Most likely, I'd have to say probably an extended B wave here. Yeah, because this double bottom, even triple bottom structure doesn't leave me with a very, very clear bottoming structure. I would have to really do a deep dive and but at the moment there's no need to change anything because the market is just behaving and has been following the micro patterns here in this triangle range. So I'm now watching for a top in wave D. It's not confirmed yet. That means maybe in the coming week or so we see that E wave down, maybe after pushing a little bit higher and testing even the $190 level in wave D. That's my update about Solana. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.